let's bring back Larry Fitzgerald. Larry, let me hear how you sound.
Is that better?
Yes. Where are you today, by the way?
All right. I'm in Minneapolis. Just got done training and just hanging out with you now.
How do you know when you've had a good workout?
If I go through two shirts, usually I'm usually knowing I put in the work, put in the time. I try to do everything I can to mimic, a practice, a training camp practice in terms of the volume of running that I'm doing every single day and balls that I'll be catching. So I just try to make sure that I'm, giving it what I have and still doing what I've always done just to get ready for this year.
When do you feel old?
Honestly, I don't feel old. I mean, if I did not know how old I was, I don't think I would be able to tell the difference between, when I first came into the league and now. I've done a great job of, continue to take care of my body, putting the right things in my system, and just getting rest. I think that's something that I think a lot of guys, take for granted.
But obviously, with the EAS Sports Nutrition that you're calling us on behalf, that's helped you. But at what point did you embrace nutrition?
I think about around 25, 26, I really started being a lot more aware of the kind of foods that I was eating. I always, took my Mileplex shakes and, did that. But, in terms of just not making bad decisions, when you have kids like yourself or other people, there's lots of snacks always around the house. And you're sitting around the house and the kids are sleeping and you messing around and going there eating Golden Grams and, all the stuff you're not supposed to eat. I don't do that anymore. I got a chef now that prepares my meals and, I just make a lot better decisions in that regard.
Any good travel in the off season?
Yeah, went over to London for a little bit of Wimbledon action. Was in France and was in Congo. So I've been a couple different places.
Congo?
Yeah, I was over there for a humanitarian mission with the Turkey Heron Foundation.
Nice.
For a few days with the Kimbe Mutombo. So it was fun. Had a great time.
Did you get recognized? Anybody have Fitzgerald jerseys on?
No. I saw one guy with a Heinz Ward jersey on, but I don't even think he knew who Heinz Ward was.
Are you a big tennis guy, or you just wanted to experience Wimbledon?
No, I love tennis. I've been to Wimbledon. I've been to Roland Garros, watched the French Open, been to Australian Open.
Wow.
I usually go to Indian Wells. I love tennis. It's so graceful, watching Roger Federer and, Nadal and Novak and obviously Serena. And it's a lot of fun just to see the skill.
How would you do if you, let's say Serena said, let's play a set here, Larry?
She would give it to me in straight sets. It wouldn't even be close. Yeah, I think if I got into a good, rally, I would be able to hold up. But returning the serve is impossible. When the serve's coming 100, 115, 120 mile an hour, be able to not just put the racket on it, but actually, hit it with some substance is a little difficult.
Who throws the hardest football you've ever caught?
The hardest?
Most speed.
Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson has a rocket arm. I mean, he throws the ball with a lot of velocity.
Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt, but it's coming with some steam.
Help me with this quote that you want to continue to play as long as Carson Palmer is your quarterback. Am I being fair to the quote there that it's basically I want to play and not have any drama at that position, and as long as we have Carson, I want to continue to play?
Yeah, Dan, you know how you have a good producer at work and it works for you. You know what I mean? Like he knows what you like. He what to expect every day. That's kind of the same synergy and relationship I have with Carson. I've gone through the quarterback carousel, for a lot of time in my career, and I have just a great rapport with Carson. I'm not interested in, having to deal with any more, instability at the position. Carson's playing at an elite level, and it makes not only my job, but the rest of our jobs much easier. How
do those young DBs help you? I mean, how much contact, as far as helping you with routes? So Patrick Peterson or Honey Badger, how much do they help you on a daily basis?
Oh, it's great going against them. I mean, I don't think there's too many guys that are better than those two players, in the National Football League, and to be able to have the ability to go up against them every single day. Like I go up against Ty every day in the slot, and when I'm outside, pats on me. And, you have to be at your best to beat those guys. And it not only for me, but for Michael Floyd and John Brown and J.J. Nelson. I mean, you're getting the best of the best. And, so when we're competing against other teams, it's like, we've already gone against the best players in the business. I mean, we should be able to go out here and dominate.
These guys talk to you, the opposition, these defensive backs, or they have enough respect for you that they leave you alone?
Yeah, I don't know if it's respect, but I just don't talk myself, unless it's like they want to talk normal, then, I might have a little bit of dialogue, but I'm out there to talk, and I'm out there to play and do my job and try to help my team win. A lot of guys like to talk, to cover up, some insecurities. I don't like to do all that.
But has anybody ever just had a normal conversation with you on the football field where it's just like, hey, Larry, how are you?
All the time. All the time. For instance, a guy like, Peanut Tillman, a guy I played against countless times. We're playing in between plays. We'll talk about whatever. But, when between the whistles and when it's time to play, and we're competing like I don't know him. But, you have a lot of mutual respect for guys like that who've been around the game for a long, long time and played, at a good clip.
He's Larry Fitzgerald joining us on behalf of EA Sports Nutrition. EAS Sports Nutrition, where can people find out more about that, Larry?
Well, they can go on EAS.com on the website. Also, their Twitter handles at EAS Brand. They're also on Facebook for any information that they would like to learn about EAS.
Last time you thought about this Super Bowl?
I think about it every single day. We got so close last year. Played terribly, at the very worst time as you could possibly play. But I don't think it diminishes what we were able to accomplish last year. We're a flagship organization, been around a long, long time. And, to be able to go 13-3 was a great, start. And we pretty much have the same nucleus of guys coming back. Actually have added some pieces. A great pass rusher on Chandler Jones, drafting Robert and Medici. He's going to help us tremendously. We're only going to get better.
You think back to the Steeler loss, the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I mean it does always leave a bad taste in your mouth, and then especially I was with Santonio Holmes this weekend at an event, and that just only made it worse. So
did he bring it up?
I was having a good time. No, I mean, but just having the ring on his finger, it just makes it worse. You see that, it's like, damn, I could have been on my finger. I could have been on my finger.
Would you wear it every day if you had a Super Bowl ring?
No, I never would wear it. I never would wear it. I for instance, like my NFC Championship ring, I've never put it on my finger. I'm not one of those guys that walks around and wants to have a conversation about it. It's one of those things that I just will probably put in my safe, and if somebody wanted to see it, I'll show it to them, but I wouldn't walk around with it.
Jerry Rice's number is approachable?
No. You got to think, Dan, he played 20 years, but not only that, but he played with, three of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. Rich Gannon, NFL MVP, Joe Montana, obviously, Hall of Famer, Steve Young, Hall of Famer. Then he played a couple of years with Jeff Garcia, who was a, multi-year Pro Bowl player. I mean, that's four guys that anybody would love to play with. And he was able to play with all four of them. So, he was, and then you couple that with being just the greatest route runner in history and having a tremendous skill set. That's a tough combination.
All right, so what you're saying is that if you had played with those quarterbacks, you'd probably have 1,500 catches?
No, I'm not.
Okay. That's me saying that if you played with those guys, you might have a few more
but
catches.
You got to take into account. You got to take into account. You have to have great health. It's a lot of different combinations to be able to play that long, to play at that high of a level. Then you have some great players around him. I mean, you got Ronnie Lott on your team, you got Charles Haley, you got Roger Craig, and I mean, you can go on and down the line of the great players he played with as well.
Before I let you go, has your dad ever written a mean thing about you, covering you?
No, he hasn't written anything mean, but he just tells it to my face, which is even worse, actually, I think. You were absolutely horrible today. I don't even know who you were. I mean, Yeah. I wanted to. He told me one time he wanted to snatch the Fitzgerald off the back of my jersey because it was an embarrassment to the family. That one hurt a little bit. I got over it though.
And you're a Pro Bowl wide receiver. Imagine if you weren't.
Yeah, he holds me to a high standard.
And rightfully so. Hey, great to talk to you. Enjoy what's left of the off season there, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Patrick. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Have a great day.
All right, Larry Fitzgerald, Mr. Patrick there, joining us on behalf of EAS Sports Nutrition.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.